What's up, everybody, and welcome to a very special episode of Deckin Around Live with. My name is Tyler,
I am Steve.
and today we are sitting down with not only Ondřej Pšenička, who is our favorite magician pretty much in the world, basically. We love this guy. He's got us eating bugs, he's got us showing amazing cards, and anytime we see him, major life events are happening. So for
Yes.
anyone who doesn't remember last time we saw Ondřej, Ondřej was actually becoming a father, real time. So,
Where's
and
my mask?
honestly, I can't get enough of it because every time I see this guy, he's got 1,000 things going on. It's been a motorcycle helmet, it's been his
Yeah,
face, but
I
you'll
like
also
the mask is epic. I have a mask.
It
My
is.
mask is somewhere.
Everything I have is packed up right now, but what I will say is you may also know that there's a very special guest in the background there. For anyone who doesn't know him, Dom back there. I'm just going to shout him out because I love Dom. Dom
Heck
is an
yeah.
amazing guy. And honestly, at some point in time, Dom started just working with Ondřej and becoming an amazing creator on that front. So for everyone out there, we're so excited to have you on this very special Live With episode. We're going to be talking about the Butterfly Playing Cards Workers Edition, which is currently live on Kickstarter. It's got 24 hours left. And if you haven't backed it yet, the link is actually down in the description below. I'm going to be popping open this bad boy right here live today so we can see what these cards are all about.
You see this?
Dude, that border is phenomenal.
Oh, it's got a. Oh, do you see me go off the card? You see that border right there?
So I gotta say though, one of the first questions that popped to mind for me, Ondřej, was the fact that hey, this is a bordered butterfly deck, and one of the most amazing things about the butterfly deck was the edge marking system. And I'm like, oh no, is there no marking on this? Well, true to form, Ondřej came out and just has an amazing marking system on this deck that we are so pumped to check out. And for anyone who backs it, you actually get a card in the deck that tells you all about the marking system, all about how to use this phenomenal workers deck. What was
I got
it like
blue.
creating?
Ondřej, thank you for sending me blue. I appreciate it. You must listen to me quite frequently. Blue's my favorite color.
So I'm gonna go. I'm
Thank
gonna go
you.
open this right now. I always, like I said, I was just saying to Ondřej, I always feel bad opening these because the wrap jobs on them is so phenomenal, and it's just like painful. I mean, he's even got butterfly masking tape on the sides. Like,
I know, right?
next level, absolutely next level. But Ondřej, what was it like creating a whole new marking system for this deck?
Uh-oh, frozen.
Is he actually frozen, or is this?
No, he froze.
Yeah, they froze. We'll
Yeah.
see what we can do. I'm guessing the Wi-Fi jumped over.
We could always just look at Dom because Dom can't react like. Nice.
Now you don't know which one's Ondřej. Take a great question there. How long will the project be active? So the project is active for another 24 hours. The project has been going on for a bit now. What did you do? 2 weeks on this one, Ondřej?
Yeah, exactly. 4 weeks.
4 weeks? Okay, so a full. Oh my God, this guy's killing me here. I open it up. I got more wrapping to do.
Oh, we didn't tell you that that's empty, and I got your deck.
I'm fine with that too. I love the wrapping on this. I think I somewhere in my boxes, for anyone who doesn't know, I just moved, so all of my stuff is packed up. Somewhere in my boxes, I literally still have all of the wrapping paper that I've ever gotten from Ondřej. I'm a little too sentimental, some will say.
I didn't keep the wrapping paper. I kept every single card that he sent me.
I'm like, dude, I still have the cards too. I
Yeah.
have to get them in a little shadow box, but this thing is opening. Everyone, we are so glad to see you out here. Massimiliano, I see you out there. Devin, how you doing? Tigger, how's everyone doing? Magic Alan.
Jason.
Last 24 hours, guys. Go back now. Honestly, I couldn't agree more. This deck is so dope. It's fun to see you going down the butterfly rabbit hole of workers decks, man. How has this process been for you so far? What was it like?
It was amazing. It was incredible. It was fantastic. And this is something that came about very naturally. First, because a lot of people asked for it. And the reason is that they just couldn't use the borderless decks
Yeah.
for the effects they did a lot and wanted to do. I know, right?
Also, I'm glad to see I finally got my hands on these.
Nice.
Thank you. For the other Tyler out there who got those decks, just remember you're a lucky motherfucker.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I love
You have
it.
your
So-
Magnolia deck back. Yeah,
That's-
Magnolia show actually is coming back in November, and it is among the add-ons to
Nice.
the Kickstarter
Nice.
So
for a price that have never been available. So
That's
go
amazing.
and get it.
if you have not seen the show, I was floored by how amazing the show was. It was honestly, even if you're not into Magic, the choreographic production value of it was
Oh, dude,
mind blowing.
comedy.
Oh my
Look
god,
at
it
the
was great.
comedy of it.
It honestly,
It's
Andre,
Ondřej.
if this doesn't turn into some sort of like stage show one day where people can come see you and like see this live, it was just so phenomenal and understandable. It's built to be an online show, but like put 40 people in a theater with a laptop in front of them and play it, man, because it was such a great,
Dude, you know,
great show.
you know what the crazy thing is? That show, even though it was built on, that could be part of the gimmick of the show. Is that even though you're there at the, you know, in the audience, it's still the same exact show. And then at the end, you just come out and say, thanks. Or you don't even come out. You send Dom out with your mask on.
Have a great night.
Have a great night. Peace.
Oh my god. So that being said, you kind of mentioned that this had how was your you had a baby girl, right?
Tyler,
How
why
is
are
she
you asking?
doing?
We saw it live. No.
Well, I mean, for anyone who hasn't seen that episode, I'll link that in the description down below as well. But how's your daughter doing?
She is doing really well. So cute. And it's been 8 months, you know that?
It's crazy.
That's crazy, man. And I've seen that. I keep seeing on your stories, especially early on, she was traveling the world with you guys. Like,
Oh yeah.
this is the most well-traveled baby there's ever been.
That's how you do it. don't
In her
limit it,
8
right?
months, it's 16 flights.
Nice.
That's more than I've done in the past like 5 years. That's amazing. That is really cool, though.
Yeah.
And
That's
you
fun.
guys are acclimating to fatherhood and creativity together pretty well, keeping you busy.
Super awesome. And you know, because my girl is super awesome in bringing up babies and you know, caring for them and making sure they're happy and making sure they are growing up straight with no bones crooked or anything. And you know, she knows everything about everything. So
Oh,
I'm
we're talking
just-
about your baby. I thought we were talking about Dom.
Dom is the
Duh.
man. Dom's the man you want if you want to try and get a card in a vial, okay? I don't know if we want to put baby
Dude,
rearing on Dom yet. Dom's still got a
literally-
lot of life ahead of him before that. Yeah, exactly.
Dude, somebody sent me a bottle, and I tried to put a card in there, and it's literally all bent and creased.
Yes,
and I'm
I've
like,
seen Steve's attempt at
how
cards
the
in a
hell does
vial.
Dom do it? So
It's janky.
so smoothly.
Skill, lots of practice and
would-
skill.
Now I have a question for Dom. Would my baby fit?
No, you know what? Dom could make her fit. Trust me, and she'd still be going.
Yeah,
Like-
there wouldn't be any crooked angles or anything.
Yeah, no. You could
I
probably still
think-
put. You could fit the bottle in there too.
I think she would fit at age -9 months.
There you go. Maybe like at 2 weeks, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
But so you kind of mentioned that these came about organically. For you, one of the big things with these cards, and I think for a lot of people, the original, the OG butterflies were such a worker's deck as well. And obviously, you churned through them. You did a great following on those decks. That built the foundation for what is now a empire of playing cards, we'll call it here. Was this kind of a V2 to the original in the sense of you wanted that everyday carry again, something that you could bring to a show and say, hey, this is my deck of cards, or for everyone out there, hey, this is a beautiful deck of cards. Let's
Yeah.
run with it.
Yeah. Another thing is that you know, these decks are much cheaper than normal butterfly decks, because that's another thing I'm hearing quite often, that butterfly decks are just too expensive. And yeah, I know they are. And that's because we are also paying Cardamundi for. Firstly, we have to print with Cardamundi, that is slightly more expensive.
Yep.
Secondly, we're using this special cutting procedure that costs us additional money.
Yeah.
So that's why it's more expensive. And yeah, so now we're not doing that. Still printing with Cardamundi, so everything is compatible. But we don't have to use the cutting procedure. And also, we are printing actually 2 decks with USB-CC.
Nice. And
Now,
so this is going to
the-
be
Is
this
that
is going to be your first
orange
one,
and
right?
That's the pink and orange.
Pink and
Yeah.
orange.
Nice. Nice.
Dude, I'm gonna be totally honest. When I first saw the campaign launch and I saw blue and red, I was like, "Fucking Ondřej!" Like, There's a billion other colors. Can't you do a purple? And then all of a sudden, I saw you released the purple, and I'm like, all right.
I mean, and for anyone who hasn't seen it so far, there's a green, a purple, a black, a hollow just got unlocked, a pink, and an orange. And I gotta say, that hollow looks beautiful, man.
Look at he's frozen again.
Oh my god. This.
Dom, you need the elastic, bro.
But so, and for anyone out there who doesn't know, I mean, this is really going to be an accessible butterfly deck. Like you said, the price point is lower. To touch on the aspect that you talked about with the special cutting procedure, for anyone who isn't aware, and we mentioned it a little bit earlier, the original butterfly and many of the butterfly decks are actually edge marked. And in order to ensure that the edge marking is correct, they need a much more accurate cutting process, which does add cost to it, where you can't just kind of be, a little bit off there. Obviously, USPCC is known for their registration. Dom's coming on. Obviously, USPCC is known for their registration, whereas the Cardamundi registration is a little more on point. But I think they think you weren't frozen that time, so we know who's who.
We can also see the sweatshirts. Well, let's just pretend.
Listen, we don't want Andre,
Dom.
We don't need Andre convincing them both to take their shirts off. So
yeah, exactly. Good point. I like your pants. They look like chef's pants, Andre.
Oh my god. So that being said, we did have a comment in the chat here from Jay who said, I'm still bummed there's no yellow deck. Jay, what I will always say though too is Andre always takes. Oh my god, it looked like he was about to take the glasses off of that mask and I was going to just lose my mind.
Right.
That
Andre, you need to create one that doesn't have glasses, right? And then you just put that one in the back and then just
a little bit of a snap change there.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. So, that's great.
So Jay, while a yellow may not be in the books for this campaign, you never know what the future holds with Butterfly. And I think that's one of the things that I always love about it is when this deck first came out, the original OG Butterfly, Andre was already thinking 10 steps ahead of everybody else. And everyone's sitting there like, yeah, this amazing deck, but where do you go now? Different colors? Not even close.
Yeah.
I mean, the ability to not recolor pretty much any of your decks, if you really look at what you put out, it's been amazing. You've come up with different stylings, different effects, different tuck boxes, all of it correlated to these stories you build. So, like you said, this is more of the accessible Butterfly deck. What's this deck mean to you, though?
Everything. Oh my goodness. What's the deck means to you? Nothing really. But you know what? I never wanted to print a holo deck. A holographic deck.
Nobody does. Nobody does, but you got to do it.
Because it just like everything I printed, everything I did with butterflies had a reason, right? So the red and blue originally was because they're for workers, they're for magicians, and magicians use the red and blue. Yeah. And I wanted red and blue. And then the gold and silver, that was for the marking system, because the marking system just shined at you with that foil.
Yeah.
It was amazing. But it doesn't work with backmarked cards. If you have foiled cards with backmarks, it's not very good for backmarks. For the edge marks, great. But for backmarks, not very good. Well, depends, but generally not that good. And holo foil, firstly, everybody does it now, and I'm like, I'm not following trends. I set the trends. I'm the trendsetter. No, I'm not.
Yes.
And then I did the podcast with you guys. And all of a sudden, I had a baby. And that cute little baby just, it likes everything that sparkles.
Yep.
And then I also have another daughter who just turned 6. And she's like, oh, everything rainbows and butterflies and unicorns. I love it. And she sees the Fontaine holo deck and she's like, oh my goodness, I love it so much. And I'm like, holy shit. And I mean, it's beautiful. Anywho, I didn't want to do a holo deck, but with this and then at the campaign, because this campaign I really went like head first. I knew a few things. I was pretty sure I had like a solid way where I'm going, and I knew what I wanted the backers to do. And so I did a color poll on the third day, and I asked all of the backers, and it was about 450 of them there the third day.
Nice.
What colors they want, or what are their favorite colors, right? And they had, I believe, 8 colors to choose from, and 1 extra where they could write whatever they wanted. And everybody voted for 3, and they could put something in whatever they wanted. And the absolute winner was purple.
Nice.
And close second was green.
Yeah.
And most of the people wrote holographic, holofoil.
Wow.
And I'm like, holy shit. There might be something about that holo thing they've been talking about.
It's eye-catching for sure.
So I started looking into what companies can do with holofoil, and I started talking to WJPC a few months ago, and they can do pretty good cards, even though it's somewhere in Asia.
Yes.
Some big
I think it's
country.
Taiwan. Yeah, Taiwan, I believe.
Yeah, or something like that.
Nah.
I think that many people would like shoot you in the head saying Taiwan, because Taiwanese people don't like to be associated with China. But that's not what I wanted to say. Goodness. This is what I'm talking about.
Nice.
Oh, they froze.
There we go.
There we go.
The big book of metallic shininess.
Yep. They use the same foils as Legends.
Yeah.
Yes. See these? See this?
Yep.
So this is what's gonna happen to the butterfly holo deck.
Nice.
That's gonna be awesome.
Nice.
Right?
A nice non-standard holo. That's the way to go. Make it stand out.
Yes. And do we have the butterfly here somewhere? Thank you.
Creepy stalker look.
I love it.
Kevin, everybody and their brother seems to be using it because it's dope. You can't argue. Holo is dope.
So this is what it's going to be like. Just what is going to be in holofoil.
Okay.
That holofoil. The edges, and that's why I'm not doing it with Cardamundi. The edges are going to be gilded black matte.
Oh, nice. That's gonna be awesome.
It's going to look like this, but these are edge printed. It's going to be gilded. And Cardamundi doesn't do colored gilding or good quality colored gilding. Anywho, no, they do it for a reason, because the French subcontractor, all that colored gilding that came from them was not very good.
Yeah.
So they stopped doing it with them. They just
Which makes sense.
Yeah. They just did the silver and gold. And here, this is going to be inverted. So everything white is going to be black. And everything that you see black is going to be holofoil.
Nice.
That's going to be really cool. That's going to be an eye-catching deck, man, for sure.
Sweet.
It's going to be crazy. Also, there is one technological thing, because the paper is going to be pretty thin. And I don't know if you've seen the gold Star Wars decks, or even Shins Regalias,
Yeah.
the one with hot stamping.
Yeah.
And if you use hot stamping is usually used on boxes.
Yeah.
But if you use it on paper, it might get through and you see the pattern on the other side of the card.
Yeah.
Now, these cards are going to be hot stamping from both sides. And I'm not sure if the card will not be seen here,
Yeah.
Maybe
Interesting.
they're going to be marked.
Interesting.
marked.
It'd be an interesting marking system. Pretty easy to read there.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
That'll be
They're
cool,
marked.
though.
Well, I believe that for a card game, because this doesn't show the index,
Yeah.
so for card game it doesn't matter because you can see what card it is. But it will be interesting. I'm gonna make sure to like communicate with the factory that we would like to avoid that, and I already
Yeah.
talked to them. They said it's gonna be close because the card is thin, but we'll try. We'll make sure to get it as non both sided as possible. But they're definitely gonna be super cool cards, as Dominic shows.
That is
Yeah,
really
dope.
cool. That
Yeah,
looks
they're
so
dope.
good. I'm so excited to see that.
So they're gonna be pretty awesome. They're gonna be crazy.
See,
It's gonna be
Andre,
crazy.
even when you slightly follow next to a trend, you still make it your own. That's what I love about it, though. You're like, you know what? I'm not just gonna do a hollow back design here. We're gonna go all out. We're gonna add some black matte gilding, make it fun. It's gonna be beautiful, man. Is this the half brick box?
This is the hollow half. The hollow
This
brick
is the
box.
hollow brick box.
That looks awesome. That
Show,
looks so clean, man.
show the other side, Andre. So good. So
That
good.
is so good. I
Wait,
gotta say, man, the minimalist aspect of all of your like material and that I love that shimmer across it there. Look at that.
we have light.
Yeah.
That is amazing. That's just so cool.
It's like a mirror, you'll blind yourself.
I know.
Look at that shimmer, Tyler.
It looks beautiful.
Put sunglasses on.
Awesome.
Nah, that's an awesome one. I love how clean that looks.
Yeah.
People are
Thank
gonna
you,
love
Sherman
that.
Sao. Thank you, Card Case Creations.
Yes. Dude, Sherman does some great work there. That looks beautiful, man.
Yeah. It's awesome.
This is amazing. We are very happy with these. These are great. Oof. Oof.
And they look sturdy too, which is nice. You know, one of the big things a lot of times you get with the brick boxes, they're not super sturdy always. That looks solid.
I mean, his brick boxes are always great.
With our previous boxes, there was a problem with magnets a little bit. They were too weak.
Okay.
But here, this.
Yeah, that's a solid connection there. So, and we did actually have a question that came in here. Let's see here. Random question. Where did the idea for the Ukrainian deck come from? When it came out, I wanted to make a donation, but couldn't decide where to make it. That project was a beautiful idea.
I'm going to tell you where the idea for the Ukrainian deck came from. War, dude! Sorry.
Yeah, we won't get into that. That's a big
and understandably so.
That's for damn sure.
It was some crazy person somewhere in Russia decided to
someone high up in Russia.
Yeah,
pretty high up.
Yeah,
not to name any names, but you know. But no, and I think
what's the word? What's the word? Invade.
Yes.
Invade Ukraine, and that was the reason. That's where the idea came from.
Yeah,
because that idea hurt a lot of people, and since once in the past, another person from Russia decided to invade Czechoslovakia, so it kind of hit close to home, and yeah, so we decided to do something because that was the least we could do. Just print a deck and raise some money.
No, it was an amazing effort too, and
Yeah.
honestly, I think it
Okay.
was great that you went that route, and
And
it's
thanks to
exciting.
Penguin Magic, by the way.
Yeah,
Penguin was amazing to help us with everything, with the fulfillment and with absorbing the fees. So Ukraine got as much money as was possible,
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
and they were very flexible with everything. And also thanks to USPCC, who gave us a special discount. So
Nice.
again, we could make more profit and therefore send more money to
To
Ukraine,
Ukraine.
as all of the profit went to Ukraine.
That's amazing.
Um,
Honestly, that's what I love to see in this community too. When people really do come together from that front, and you being the guy who drives it. And for anyone who doesn't know, we've had Kevin Raylick on here a ton of times. Kevin does a lot of the card work for Penguin. Penguin as a whole is just a great group of people over there running a really tight ship, and they really are helpful and love the community. So not surprised they wanted to be involved in that, and it's good to hear USPCC even like helped out with it as well.
You know what? I just
Yeah.
wanted to kick Steve out because his face annoys me, and I think even though it's his podcast, I'm just gonna take over. And so, Steve, was nice seeing you again, and I hope that
Thanks.
your days will move on and you will not stop being awesome as you are. And thank
Ondřej,
you.
as usual, amazing having you on. Thank you for taking my place. And have a good day. See you later, Dom. Bye, Ty.
See you, Steve.
See you later, guys.
See you.
I love it.
Tyler, that was my idea for you because I don't have any of those decks. Did
Yeah.
Jackson leave it in there? Is it there?
I believe it is. Yes, I believe it is. So I have
Because
some. I have some packed up somewhere. I'm gonna have to get some.
I need them. I need them. I want them. I need them. And I didn't even look if Jackson still has them.
I
But
think he does. Worst case, we can get you some. No worries there.
that
But
would be amazing
yes,
because
yes.
my girl has to get them at least for her first birthday, right? Which is coming up,
It's almost a tribute deck.
or third birthday.
There you go. We'll get you one for each year, and we'll have Jackson sign one over time. So I love it, man. I absolutely love it. So, how have you felt with being back on Kickstarter too? Obviously, your last couple decks have been direct to consumer through the Butterfly Playing Cards website. What's it
Yeah,
like being on Kickstarter again? You excited about it?
it's great.
Yeah,
I just like it so much. The best thing about Kickstarter is the, feel of community,
yeah,
and that's what I made this campaign about. That really backers had the say. They could decide. They could give suggestions and ideas, and I listened, and I made quite a few of them actually happen. And that was a mutual effort, with all everyone who wanted to participate.
yeah.
And I remember when we did the color poll, out of those 450 was almost 300 who joined the poll.
That's amazing.
And yeah, it
That's a
was
really
it
big,
was
yeah, that's
it was
big
really
engagement
great.
level there. That's what I love to see though too, and honestly, I think that's why it's always exciting to see when you have a campaign come to Kickstarter because you're not just throwing up the run of the mill, templated style of here's what the Kickstarter is going to look like. You're really making it You're making it an experience. Again, I'm not surprised by that, but I always love that
Yeah,
aspect of it. I feel like everything you do, you make an experience.
I think that's the only thing how it makes sense, because it doesn't make sense to create something that is just one more thing that already exists,
Yeah,
one of many. When you're creating something, there should be a reason why you are the one creating it, right? Because if you wouldn't create it, nobody else would.
yeah.
So, and only that way it makes sense. I feel like. So, yeah, that is it. People, go to Kickstarter and get a holo deck, or you know what, a pink deck, even better,
Yes.
right,
Pink
Dom?
deck.
Yeah,
Dom,
orange.
Dom, what's your favorite color of all the new decks?
Oh, it's hard to say. Hard to pick one.
Understandable. They're all beautiful.
All 8 of them.
Yes. Preferably.
I mean, I think the great thing about that, though, too, is you have the option for people. Here you go. Magic Alon says pink is insane. The pink is insane. I have to say, all the decks look beautiful. And I think the one thing I always love about the style of the butterfly playing cards, they're so well suited for color as well as the original red and blue. I mean, we saw it with the previous series last year with the spring, fall, winter, and summer decks. Then we see these worker decks coming out and colors involved again. What else does Ondřej have in the works here for Butterfly going forward?
La-da-dee-da-dee, you never know what happens here in Butterfly Wonderland.
That is very true. And I would highly recommend to anyone who has the opportunity, who is in the Czech Republic, to go visit Ondřej and Dom at the store, because just like Ondřej is an experience online, he is an experience in person as well that you will surely never forget. And who knows what crazy stuff's going to happen when you see Ondřej, because crazy stuff happens every time we see Ondřej, and we love it. So...
Yeah, like babies get born.
Like babies, that was still the most honestly, that was the most epic part of any episode ever in life. I don't even know if we thought it was real at first, and then it's like, no, this is real. We're here. Let's do this. Well, you know what? I'm glad to hear everyone is doing well. For everyone out there who has not checked out this campaign yet, I don't know what you're doing. You're missing out on some phenomenal decks. Head on over to Kickstarter. The link is down in the description below. You have 24 hours to pick these up. Pick out your favorite colors. Pick up all the colors. And just make sure you go onto social media as well and follow Ondřej. Follow him on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, everywhere under the sun. Follow Dom as well, because Dom is a phenomenal creator in and of his own right. But you want to make sure that you're in the loop for these projects because they're phenomenal. Ondřej has hit 100% of these out of the park. They're spectacular decks, and honestly, I always get excited to see what comes next. But in the moment, go get those hollow decks, get those pink decks, get the purple, the green, all of them under the sun, because you will love each and every one of them.
You're awesome, Tyler. Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure, Ondřej. It's been a pleasure. Steve and I are going to make a trek to Prague at some point and come hang out in Butterfly Wonderland. Don't you worry.
Yes.
We're going to make it happen.
You should. And we're going to do one podcast live from here.
Yes. We're going to all have Ondřej masks on, so no one's going to know. We're going to dress the same, everything. You're going to have to guess who's who. It'll be the best episode ever.
You know, and then I'm going to be talking and you're going to be moving your head like this.
Exactly.
So we confuse everyone.
Dude, it'll be a great time. Guess the Ondřej. That'll be the name of the episode.
I love it already. Guess the Ondřej.
Oh my god. But guys, again, go check out the Kickstarter. Go support Ondřej. He's a phenomenal community creator. He's doing amazing work here. We love to see him back on Kickstarter. Also, if you haven't checked out his original Kickstarter, just go watch the video on it, because it's still the funniest Kickstarter video I've ever seen in my life. It is next level. Everyone, thank you so much for coming out today. Ondřej, Dom, thank you for getting on and talking to us about this new project. We're super excited to see how this plays out. It's already crushing it. But for anyone out there, make sure to go pick up some decks and support the campaign. And while you're at it, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And we will see you all very soon. Ondřej, it's been an absolute pleasure, man. Dom, it's been a pleasure. We will see you all later.